What's something your parents refuse to believe? When I was 18 years old, I told my dad that I am moving out. He said, "You are not moving out since you are only 16 years old." I had to show him my driver license that I was indeed 18 years old. That's very funny and very sad at the same time. My mum still thinks Felix Baumgartner could have missed the Earth and fell into space when he did that jump in 2012. That not every single person is out to hurt you. Like, my mom literally believes the only reason any given person isn't robbing, upping, murdering you is because they don't think they can get away with it. Yet, it's exhausting. My mom doesn't understand fiber in food. She thinks, for example, kale is a giant vitamin and if you put it in the blender it will cut the nutritious parts into pieces, therefore blenders are bad. I have severe vision problems. I can't drive. I have trouble making out the faces of people, and walking downstairs is a major challenge for me. Almost everyone I know knows this. What they don't know is my parents refuse to accept this. My parents are firmly convinced I'm lazy and just don't want to drive. Apparently I've somehow bribed every optometrist I have ever gone to enjoy being left out of social events because I would need someone to pick me up, and love spending money on taxes. I'm now the caretaker of both of them, and as recently as 4 weeks ago my father flipped out on me about how I should stop faking and get a dang license. Stab them in the eyes. But you could see 5 minutes ago, faker, that I'm straight. Not every friend of mine that is a girl is my girlfriend. That Facebook isn't a reliable source of news and everything ever posted shouldn't be treated like the gospel. But they put white borders with black text above and below the source video. It has to be true. My mother thinks that vodka has no smell, and if she drinks it, no one will be able to tell. My father thinks that if he finds the magical combination of words and keeps trying, I will agree to see my mother again. That I'm going to move out as soon as I graduate college. I think my mom thinks we're going to be living together forever. I am an international student in the US. My mom has repeatedly told me that my grandmother is gonna come with me once I become a junior to cook clean because she cannot trust me to survive alone. Also that they are gonna move in with me once I get a job straight out of college. I have lived in a boarding school since I was 10. I also spent a month alone backpacking through Europe. My dad is in his mid-60s. He's spent the last 6 months in Thailand working with this aging Thai rock star Lam Morrison. Lam was like a guitar god in Thailand in the 70s, but the dude is just really old now. Well, my dad has been spending all this time and effort to have this glorious rock concert in the United States. His plan is to bring Lam Morrison to America and take him on tour, but somehow in my dad's mind he thinks that they are going to be selling out Staples Center and Madison Square Garden. He's delusional and he's sinking his time and money into this guy, and there just aren't going to be the returns that he's hoping for. I love him and I know that he's still trying to stay relevant, but I don't see how bringing this old Thai rock star to the United States is going to be successful by any standard. Old rock stars are lucky if they are able to get steady work in a Vegas hotel off the strip. An aging Thai rock star who nobody has ever heard of sounds like a disaster. I've tried to talk to my dad and temper his expectations, but he refuses to believe that the Lam Morrison 2016 US tour will be anything but a smashing success. Write a best-selling book about your experience of his experience. It kind of feels like a quirky film setup, kind of similar to Little Miss Sunshine or something. My dad believes mouthwash with fluoride in it is a hallucinogen when using it as normal BTW. If you are hungry for something, it is because your body specifically needs that food. Denying it means you are depriving your body, so you should fulfill that need now. So crave potato chips? Going for crunchy salty kale chips won't cut it. You specifically need kale. Craving chocolate chip cookies? Better go to the store now, lest you die of a chocolate chip imbalance. My dad will late night drive to McDonald's because he craves fries and a chocolate shake. Ergo must have it now. Obesity is an issue that side of my family. My parents didn't believe that we couldn't have kids. I tried to explain that my wife had to stop her medication in order to avoid serious birth defects. Stopping the meds was impossible while working, so she would have to quit. Quitting would mean we wouldn't be able to keep paying our bills, so the banks would come and take our house and cars and stuff. But no, we didn't have kids yet because we were too selfish to give them grandkids. Now that my career is in a good place and we paid down our debt some, we are finally pregnant. My mom's response is, "See, you can afford kids, it's only a pity you waited so long." That going door to door to random companies with your resume will get you a job. I even did it at least 4 times just to prove them wrong. No one wants your crap. Also, no, that internet-based company doesn't just have a phone number listed on their website for random people to call and inquire about jobs. Oh yes, I had gotten from people who have not applied for a job since 1980, one of whom was a Sam for several decades and counting, that I should try harder and follow up. Never mind that most job postings specifically tell you not to contact them further after applying. Dinosaurs. I'm not even kidding. My mom doesn't believe in dinosaurs. There's no way dinosaurs could have existed because the earth hasn't existed for that long. I majored in molecular biology in college. I gave up the fight a long time ago. Oh. That I might be sexually active. Apparently, my BF, who I have been dating for almost 2 years, came to visit me in college recently. My mom appears to be under the impression that he was sleeping in my sleeping bag on the floor. She probably knows, and she probably doesn't approve, but she doesn't think you'll do anything about it if she brings it up, so she pretends it's not happening. My dad believes that we've never been to space and much less landed on the moon. Something to do with radiation and how they're all lying to us. He also believes the earth is flat, so there's that. That a chicken can lay an egg without there being a rooster involved. It's been brought up about 10 times now and she still doesn't get it. Tell her it is a chicken, period. That going to a doctor is a better idea than going to some alternative medicine quack. My super Christian grandma was talking about using essential oils to cure cancer. I despise this, because people will use just essential oil and die painfully from treatable cancer. So just said, I don't know, essential oils just feel too pagan for me. Shut her down. My father doesn't believe in kiwi fruit, which is a shame because they need all the support they can get. Seriously though, I ate some at home once and he looked at me confused. The heck are you eating? Kiwi fruit? Thought I'd buy some. Been a while since I did. Then later that same day, I hear him on the phone with his girlfriend. Yeah, Ada Furman was eating some kiwi fruit. Is that how you pronounce it? No, I don't know what the. Really? That doesn't sound right to me. The man is 60 and doesn't believe in a common type of fruit. There's no doubt in my mind that my parents are smart and only want the best for me. But the age where school, instant success in your field is over. I'm in a good position now. But geez, when it took me 3 months to find a job out of college, they were baffled and tried convincing me to go through more school immediately because something wasn't right. That I'm old enough to understand. Whenever we get into a discussion about our political opinions or whatever, they always finish it with "you'll understand when you're older." Wouldn't bother me if I wasn't an adult. They call it talking back. We call it explaining. My parents will start shouting in the middle of a conversation, but whenever I raise my voice a tiny bit they'll tell me to stop shouting, because that won't make me right. No, I'm shouting because you won't let me explain and ignore everything I say. That the Beatles made use of LSD. Mom refuses to believe that magnet therapy is a scam and she is just wasting her money. Inflation. Yes, Dad, that 10k you earned right out of college in 1972 is equal to roughly 56k now. Try finding that right out of college now. That I can't pause my game right away. Privacy. Here's something that happened last Christmas. No, Mom, I wasn't masturbating in the bathroom, not that that's any of your business. I was taking a dump. You don't get to unlock the bathroom door to check up on me like that. This is why I, as a 30-something, don't visit my parents very often. That my door should be closed if that is how they found it. My GF's parents, there weren't any gay people when we were growing up. One was a huge Queen fan and the other a big Elton John fan. That you don't get a cold by just feeling cold. Or how about standing in the rain causes colds? Yes, because I catch a cold every day from taking a shower. My mom refuses to believe that Blu-ray is better than DVD. She thinks it's a conspiracy that was created by movie companies to get people to buy the same movie twice. I guess one perk of this is that I only have to buy her the DVD version of a movie, which is usually cheaper. It's all about eyesight. Who needs better quality if they cannot see better? That there's a South America. From southern Indiana as a bit of backing to this, my father refuses to believe that anyone of any other religion besides Christianity can be a good person, and they're all out to kill Americans according to him. My mother refuses to believe that you can't get malware or other types of viruses without letting them into your computer in the first place. She told me once not to leave the computer unattended because it would give anyone access to her credit card information. So I'm 16 sitting in the backseat of my parents' car with my grandma. My parents are in the front seat. We're driving home from the big city after a nice meal out. We make good time through the traffic, and my sweet, dear grandmother says it was fast. I thought it'd be harder than a boner to get through all that traffic. My 16-year-old brain kind of processed what she'd said, and I was just about to burst into hysterical laughter when I noticed my parents aren't reacting at all. They're both just sitting there, slouched in their seats, looking out the window. Grandma has also returned to looking out the window, so I basically shoved my fist in my mouth to stop my laughter until Granny is safe in the house, and then I burst out with a "My God, I hear what Grandma said." They both give me this totally blank stare. And when I tell them what she said, they both get all offended and huffy. All Grandma would never say that, lion. Stop being obscene. I swear to God that B said harder than a boner. Nobody believes me, man. My mum refuses to believe the Asimo robot isn't a little man in a suit. It's awful what they make that poor man do. My mother refuses to believe that there are people working 2 or 3 jobs in America to keep themselves, and many times their families, afloat, but still have financial difficulties. Evolution. I'm a biologist and working towards my master's in ecology and evolution. We fight a lot. My mom donates large sums of money to John Hagee and, honest to God, pun intended, believes that her money is going to a good cause and not to buy some douchebag televangelist a private jet, luxury cars and massive homes. With the money she has given this guy in the past year, she could have fed, clothed and schooled a small African nation. That if you're a registered organ donor, doctors aren't going to let you die, kill you in order to harvest your organs. That things like the military, economy and market finances work much differently on how they were in Soviet times. Also that using a PC can teach you a lot of different things, a lot more than schools in their time ever could, like learning how to speak and write in English, for example. My mother doesn't seem to comprehend this, but I guess I can't blame her. She grew up not only in a different time, but completely different system and world. That I threw a ton of parties in high school. She caught me twice. I probably threw 50. No, I always caught you. You never did that, lol. My mom told a lot of people that she caught me trying a cigarette in our backyard, and she was super cool about it because she understood my curiosity. I've never tried a cigarette in my life. She's mildly insane. My parents refuse to believe that my last name is hyphenated or that it's an inconvenience to me when they write me a check using my husband's last name only. Every time I hear the excuse, "Oh, it's okay, the bank won't mind. Next time I book a flight for her, I should use her maiden name." "Oh, it's okay, Mom, that's I won't care." That I don't have a boyfriend. I'm not even excessively beautiful and socialized, so either in the 80s every single teenage girl had a boyfriend, or it's their way of telling me I'm not ugly. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.